In this video, we are going to learn Cartesian coordinate systems. So, in Cartesian coordinate systems, if we are discussing about three-dimensional coordinate system, then we have three variables: variable x, y, and z. Now, if I want to represent a point P in Cartesian coordinate system, then it is always intersection of three planes, where a plane with x equal to constant, second plane y equal to constant, and the third plane z equal to constant. So if I assume a point at origin, so this point is intersection of three planes: x equal to 0 plane, that is yz plane; y equal to 0 plane, that is xz plane; and z equal to 0 plane, that is xy plane. So intersection of the 3 points is this corner, and which is the point at origin. So in the same manner, in general, any point P can be represented as the intersection of any 3 planes. For example, if x is equal to constant, that is also a plane. Y equal to constant, that is 2, it is a plane. Z equal to constant, that is 3, it is a plane. So intersection of these 3 planes is the point P, as shown in this figure. So in Cartesian coordinate system, if I want to represent vector A, so we represent it as a combination of 3 vectors. The component of vector A in x direction given as ax bar, component of vector A in y direction, that is ay bar, component of vector A in z direction, that is az bar, where ax, ay, small az, these are the unit vectors along those 3 directions. And these 3 variables x, y, z can take values from minus infinity to infinity. So the coordinate systems, what we are going to discuss later, like cylindrical coordinate system, spherical coordinate system. So in those coordinate systems also there are 3 variables, but in those cases all the 3 variables, they do not vary from minus infinity to infinity. The ranges are different. So that we are going to learn in the next lecture. So all the 3 variables x, y, z have range from minus infinity to infinity here. And as we already discussed, ax bar, ay bar, and az bar, these are the 3 unit vectors along xyz axis. So these 3 unit vectors, this is how we can represent them. So ax, it is a unit vector in x direction; ay, it is a unit vector in y direction; az, it is a unit vector in z direction. So we are following a right-handed coordinate system. So the 3 fingers of right hand represent these 3 directions as shown in this figure. So now if you take the dot products and the cross product of these 3 vectors in Cartesian coordinate system, so the dot product of these 3 vectors with itself, it is equal to 1. So ax dot ax, it is equal to 1, ay dot ay equal to 1, az dot az, it is equal to 1. So because when you are taking the dot product of the vector itself, theta is equal to 0. So cos theta is equal to 1. So that's why this gives me dot product as 1. Whereas the cross product of the vector with itself, it is equal to 0. Because in this case, theta is equal to 0. So the cross product, it's magnitude of vector, first vector multiplied by magnitude of the second vector multiplied by the sine of the angle between those 2 vectors. So in this case, theta is equal to 90 degree. So cross product is 0. So in the same manner, ay cross ay, it is equal to 0. Az cross az, it is equal to 0. Now if I take the cross product between ax and ay, now since ax and ay, as you see in this figure, they are perpendicular to each other. So that's why theta is equal to 90 degrees. So sine theta is 0. So because of that, ax dot ay, it is equal to 0. Ax dot az is equal to 0, and ay dot az, it is equal to 0. If we take the cross product between ax and ay, it results in the third vector, that is az. Because the cross product, it is a vector quantity, and the direction, it is perpendicular to both. So if I take cross product between ax and ay, then in that case az is the vector which is perpendicular to both. So that's why it results in az. So in the same manner, ay cross az, that gives me ax, az cross ax, that gives me ay. Now since the cross product, it is a vector quantity, ax cross ay, it is not same as ay cross ax. So it is opposite. It has negative directions. So because of that, ay cross ax is minus az, az cross ay, that is minus ax, and ax cross az, that is minus ay. So this is about the dot products and the cross products of these vectors. In the Cartesian coordinate system, if I have some point at this point P, if I join this point with origin, it forms a vector r. Now this vector r can be represented in terms of, it is addition of three vectors. X represents the component of vector r in x direction, y represents the component of vector r in y direction, z represents the component of vector r in z direction. So that is how this, in general, any vector can be represented as a addition of three vectors in those three axes. Now if I have some point P here, which is having coordinates x equal to 1, y equal to 2 and z equal to 3, there is some other point Q with coordinates 2, minus 2 and 1. So if I join these 2 points, I get a position vector r PQ. So to determine this position vector r PQ, so this is the x coordinate of Q minus x coordinate of P, that is 2 minus 1 ax. So in the same manner, minus 2 ay and 1 minus 3 az. So this gives me 2 minus 1, that is 2 minus 1 ax, that is ax, minus 2 ay, that is minus 4 ay, and 1 minus 3 az, that gives me minus 2 az. So this is vector r PQ if I know the coordinates of these 2 points P and Q. So that is position vector. Now the next term we will need, it is the differential length. So differential length, it is again having three components. The component of the differential length in x direction, component of differential length in y direction, and component of differential length in z direction. Sorry, this is repeated here. This can be removed. So the component of differential length x direction, component of differential length in y direction, plus component of differential length in z direction. Now the differential length, it is a vector quantity. So the x component is dx ax bar, as we already discussed, y component of dy ay bar, and z component is dz az bar. Now this is the differential length we need to find out line integral. So in the same manner, we have a differential surface. So this is also a vector quantity. So differential surface, it is the cross product between two parameters of the surface. So two parameters of the surface means the two sides of the surface. For example, if I consider this surface, so there are two sides of this surface. So this side it is dy, this side it is dz. So product of dy and dz, that gives me this area, and the direction of this surface, differential surface element, it is normal to both. So normal to both means normal to y as well as normal to z, so that is x direction. So this is dsx, so that is a dy dz ax. So in the same manner, if I consider this differential surface, one side of this differential surface is dx, the other side of this differential surface is dz. So the product of dx and dz, that gives me the elemental differential, this gives me the differential area, and the direction is normal, that means in the y direction. So this is dsy, that is dx dz ay. So in the same manner we get dsz, the differential surface oriented in z direction, and the magnitude is dx multiplied by dy, the product of these two sides. So this is about a differential normal surface. So this differential normal surface usually we need to find out the integral, surface integral of any given surface. So to find out the volume integral, we always need the differential volume. So the differential volume, it is a scalar quantity. So and it is a product of the three differential lengths. So that is a dx, dy and dz. So if I consider a small differential volume here, so one differential length, one side it is dx, other differential length is dz in the z direction, differential length in y direction it is dy. So the product of these three, this gives me dv. So this is a differential volume. So this is a differential volume we need to find out the volume integral of any given surface. So these are the fundamental things we will need related to Cartesian coordinate system. So next time we will discuss the cylindrical coordinate system and all similar parameters what we have studied for Cartesian coordinates will be studied for a cylindrical coordinate system, and then we will also discuss the conversion from one coordinate system to other coordinate systems. So that we will discuss in next lecture.